Hey you!
Hi there!
Welcome to the very first episode of the Hey You, Hi There podcast.
I'm J-Rock. I'm Melanie.
And I'm Quinn. So this season and show you can expect tons of surprises and fun things.
Yeah.
Like special guests and interviews and food and drinking.
All the food.
The foods. Drinking teas and coffees and juices.
Maybe alcohol. Speaking of tea, what better way to start the very first episode in the very first season than with a tea moment, darling? Sipping it, spilling it, doing all the things.
Doing all the tea
Clinking,
things.
clanking, all the sounds. Tea brings people together and it just makes for great conversation, which is why we love to make that part of our show. We kind of unexpectedly decided to have a last minute guest on our very first episode.
Very unexpected. He is singer, songwriter, twerker, hair slayer.
Yes.
Just basically he can do it. Tea connoisseur. He can do it all, baby. Anything he puts his mind to. His name is DeAndre Brackensick. You may know him, and he's our really, really good friend, and we love him so much.
We're so excited. So anyway, put your ear pods in, your speakers up, whatever you need to do. And we hope you enjoy it and have a great time listening to it as we had making it.
Yes.
Let's go!
Let's go! Let's go!
Hey you, hi there, I see you. Come over, grab a mic. Hey you, wanna share? We wanna hear ya. We all win, win, win. Hey you, hi there. We wanna know who you are. Shoot for the stars. Hey you, right there. With J-Rock and the Quinn, it's time to begin. Hey, 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 hey. What's the name? Okay, so we're super excited because we have this monthly tea club with just 4 of us. And before we did any of this podcast situation, it started with just myself and my
Andre.
Beautiful man over there.
Yes.
He's not, I wish he was mine. He's not. No, he's my bro all the way in New York City.
Hey.
DeAndre Brackensick, who's joining us today with a little remote tea party.
A remote tea tasting. I live.
So Dre and I have the greatest pleasure. I've been able to tour around with DeAndre, sing vocals and play percussions for him, and
He's amazing.
he's the greatest. And he took me to London to do some shows up there, and we had a tea party every day.
And twice a day at times.
Yes. Yeah, everyone was teed out except us, and we're just like, fine, actually, that's good if you're teed out because it'll just be us.
Yeah, period. And we'll bring home 3 more bags of crumpets.
Thank you, immediately.
Yo.
Yeah, and so it's so cool. So Dre and I have been doing like tea together whenever we could, and then obviously, he moved to New York. COVID-19 happened and no one could go anywhere. And I talked to Dre and I said, would you be down to do like a tea party remotely? And so we found a really cool tea club that do monthly things called the Whistling Kettle. And then I found out that I didn't realize Mel loved tea a whole ton.
I feel like who doesn't love tea, though? Yeah. But yes, I love tea. And I was able to jump in on this little
So
tea
Mel
party.
did, and then Quinn was like, me too. And then, and so here we are, a 4-person tea party.
A quartet.
And we usually do it from our own separate homes, but we wanted to talk to people about this thing that people need to try, like is something different. And we wanted to be able to do our actual tea party with you because we're overdue. We got our box in, and we wanted to do the unboxing and tasting with you.
Yes, it's only right.
Because,
Yes.
Have to.
So, but tell us more about yourself so we can catch up. What's been going on with you? You look amazing.
You look
Amazing.
stunning.
Oh, thank you.
Glowing.
Well, I'm back on my health kick. I got my wisdom teeth and my molar taken out, so I couldn't eat for like a week and a half. So that shrunk my stomach.
Snatch.
So now I'm better at eating, better things and trying to work out every day. I just moved from Brooklyn to Manhattan.
Ooh.
I'm in Washington Heights now. I've been writing more, not necessarily songs, just like poetry and just kind of writing out my thoughts, which has been very nice.
Yes.
The people that do know me, I love interior design, so I've been decking out my home, it's keeping me busy.
So good, y'all.
Y'all don't even know What is up?
He's
He
so good.
is so good.
So creative.
Yummy, yummy, yummy.
Yes.
Yeah.
He has taste, darling.
But
Well, look at that plant
yeah,
in the
no,
background.
it's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice. So I feel productive finally, because I know a lot of us, probably still of us some now, especially during COVID. After a while, you kind of just do the same thing,
Yes.
and you can't do any. So it's nice to feel like I am proceeding in anything, you know. Because for a second I was just so stagnant, and it was just getting me. I was losing my mind. So I just feel like I have something to keep me going now.
And your
Yes.
old place
Love
was
it.
cool, but this seems so much more like a
Yes,
home.
it's open and brighter.
Listen, I'll be
Yeah.
the
Oh.
judge of that.
Yeah.
I need to see it. It's an excuse.
Oh
Let's
yeah,
go.
yeah, definitely. I have an actual kitchen now. I have more room to
Put tea
Put
fill
all your
my
stuff.
tea
teapots. My teapots, darling.
Nobody knows how many teapots.
Jen and Dre are crazy.
No, Dre's more crazier than I am.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
He has
I need
way
to-
more stuff than I do.
Holy shamoly.
Like
Yeah.
actually none of us had room. He didn't have room, but then he was like,
made
and
room.
it'll go on top of the shelves.
Yeah.
And then he ended up
Yeah.
getting more
it looked
teapots.
great.
And that's how you got this new place, right? To make room for them.
I need more
Period.
space for
And
tea
on
stuff.
top of that, so I went from a studio, and now this is a one bedroom, and it's like $750 cheaper than what I was paying for it.
So
Get
awesome.
it.
Blessings. Get your blessings.
Yeah.
Amen.
So what I'm saying is, I have $750 more. to spend on
Every month.
period.
Every month.
Let's just start cracking open this tea situation.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
So Dre, what's the
Yes.
first one you want to do?
or
Oh,
Quinn.
You say it.
We have an order. We have
We're
an order.
doing. So we all
Sorry.
belong to the Connoisseur Plus monthly subscription box.
Of the whistling.kettle.com.
Number one
Darling.
is going to be a Sencha Supreme. It's a green tea from Shizuoka in Honshu, Japan, on the Pacific coast.
So you got that? You got
love
that
it.
one? Oh, you're ready.
We're gonna
I have that one. I'm ready.
pour us up
My
now.
friend Brandy
This is
just
it.
brought over these little little dragon tea set
Dragon.
that someone was giving away.
We're matching.
So she
Come
gave it.
on.
That's so cute.
It's like I think six of these, six saucers
like
of
Like
thing.
a
Oh.
nice
But anyway, so
glass.
we're gonna have a cute little tea moment.
Did you smell?
Yes.
Did you smell her?
I love when it
Oh
comes
my-
with the sauce.
Yeah, when it
Darling.
comes to a saucer and you can.
I love
Darling,
that
give me your
noise.
salsa, darling.
Okay, so Dre's ready with his. Let's pour
Pass me
the
your
tea
cups,
out.
please.
Oh, excellent.
We need your cup.
Oops.
Dre, did I tell you that I told Jen I love the sound of the
The clink.
cup.
So you made a ringtone.
ringtone, a text tone. That's gonna be our
That's
tea
this?
time text
It's
tone.
so cute.
Here you go, darling. This is your little cup right
Caffeine.
there.
This is low level caffeine.
Okay, so here's the thing. It smells super clean and delicious, like just the parts by itself. But then this, it has a smoky smell
Yeah.
to it. Is it just
Yeah.
me?
Oh, sorry. I just
Yeah.
screamed.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
made of only the dark green tea leaves, and it's gathered during the treasured first flush in early spring.
I'm here for that. I'm here for it.
Yeah, that's lovely.
Yep,
That's
that's
lovely.
nice. That's a nice one.
This is a good post Japanese meal tea.
Ooh,
I was just about to say that
Oh,
digestive type of moment.
it's a digestive moment for sure.
Yeah.
So guys, we don't mess around. When we try our teas, we smell them
Taste
as the
them.
leaf. They smell them as when they've already been steeped.
the correct
we
steep
taste
time
them
and
at
temperature.
the moment.
That's a thing I didn't know.
Well, I mean, I think that when you do it as close to the steeping time and temperature, that you just get the best of it.
The best
Yes.
taste.
And then also, when the tea leaves are done, because you can have a few uses out of it, I put them back in my plants.
Yes, me too.
Get it.
Put it in my plants. Back to the Aina.
Back
That,
in
I
my
love
the
that.
Aina.
You told me that. I think the last conversation we had, I was like, I didn't even know you could do that. That was a moment, darling.
Oh my God, that was delicious.
that was really
great.
good. I liked it.
Yeah, it was done.
All right.
Next up on the list,
that was
we
that.
have
And by the way, we're doing the June tea
Yes.
month, so you guys won't be able to order this one. We
Yeah.
did it a little bit late.
you can order
because-
them individually.
Yeah, Dre
though.
was in back home in San Jose visiting family when all our stuff came in, and we're just like, absolutely not. We're not opening this up until we're all together.
Yeah, we saved it, baby.
We saved it.
It's just like there's no point. Can you pass me your
Okay.
cup, please,
Oh,
Jennifer?
and so what's this next one that we
This
got,
next
Quinn?
one is so the first one is Sencha Supreme. This one is called Kukicha. This is actually made without the leaves, so it's the stems and the stalks and the twigs after the Sencha production.
Oh.
So that's why I chose this one second.
Wow, you want to give us an order?
She really did her
Wow.
homework, y'all.
Intention? Wow.
Operation.
It smells similar to
Oh.
how the other
Yeah.
Oh,
ones
that
smell.
actually tastes close. That smells close to genmaicha,
Yeah,
the brown
Yes.
rice tea
it's a
Y'all love
lighter.
that one.
with
Yeah.
the popcorn tea, right? Oh my gosh,
The
that's
popcorn tea.
delicious.
Please, thank you.
The
That's
the
yours.
actual brewing of it is not as strong.
Yeah, yeah.
As you, I don't smell like as much as you smell in the clink
cheers.
clink
Cheers, darling.
as you would out the box. Yeah, out the bag. You know.
Good job steeping this, ladies. It's like just the right temperature.
Thank you.
Quinn.
That's Quinny.
Excellent.
I didn't do
It's
that
really
one,
light.
actually.
It's light.
It's
It's
really
light.
light.
I
Very
like
light.
this one. It's nice
I
and
like
light.
it too.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it at all.
It's very delicate.
It's crazy that it still gives
Not
you a
like me.
similar flavor even without the leaves. Because you know tea to be leaves normally, but this is the extra goodies after they take the leaves.
Yeah.
I think
like this a lot.
I think also it's still this tastes more like green tea than the last one to me. But this one reminds me of green tea and genmaicha tea put together. I almost feel like
Ooh,
that's just me
But
personally.
subtle. It's like a
subtle.
whisper.
subtle.
A whisper,
oh, a
baby.
subtle
I like it.
whisper. That's a great
A whisper.
description.
Yeah.
It's a suggestion of a taste.
It's a suggestion.
You guys are so
I
good
love it though.
Wonderful.
I love it.
at tea testing. Look at me. I
testing.
need to work on my vocabulary first of all. Okay. Anyways.
Tell me about Hawaii. How's the COVID situation? How is the lockdown situation going there?
Well, it's definitely there's definitely more cases
More
popping up.
cases, yeah, so-
But I feel like they're just people are trying to. I think the community is just being more aware. I think there are people that are out clearly not aware because they're spreading it all over the place. But then,
Yeah.
but then as a community, people are taking action. Everyone needs to do that.
Yes.
Exactly. Because you're entitled to make yourself a living. You know what I mean? No one's mad at you for actually going out and work. You have to work. People have to work, especially since the government's not helping out
Yes.
like that. You know what I mean? So, but my thing is be responsible with it.
Yeah. How was it when
You
you
know,
traveled? How was it when you traveled to San Jose and coming back? How
Well,
was the travel?
when on the flights, except for Americans doing full flights now. But on the flights,
Oh my
which I was like,
okay.
nope, you
heard
lost
it
me,
here.
sis.
Yeah, you heard it
So-
here first. Bye.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my
you
gosh.
could only have one person on each row. So Delta really hooked it up. They give
Yeah.
you little Purell packets, right? That you go on like with the sanitizer wipe. So you wipe the station. Every hourly, they'd give you hand sanitizer,
Come on,
little
Delta.
packet. They only gave you like a pack of peanuts or like cheeses or something, and a bottle of water in like sterilized packets.
Oh.
And
So no
yeah,
one's
you kind of
touching your
stayed,
things,
stayed
yeah.
in your
Come on,
lane, you stayed in
Delta.
your thing.
Yeah.
It was really you know,
Comforting.
they're taking it
Yeah,
seriously, but
comforting.
being realistic about it. So I was like, really, really good.
That's awesome.
But still, yeah, once I got home, I took all my clothes off, put those straight in the washer, took a shower,
Smart.
and then greeted everybody. And then I
Yes.
stayed with just my mom for about, week and a half, 2 weeks
Yes.
before I went and saw all my rest of the family just to make sure.
You're doing your
So
part. You're being
responsible.
responsible.
You're
It's
so
important.
good. Yes, babe.
Listen,
Yeah.
there's a lot of people that are not doing the 14-day quarantine because
Yes.
it's not like,
We're on to y'all.
yeah,
okay?
no one's like trying to follow up and like, holding you responsible. So you got to do your part,
Yeah.
right? Like, did they make you go somewhere to tell you, or you just on your own?
No, just on my own. So like, I would just be with my immediate family. You know what I mean? I wouldn't branch out to nothing.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of just very that. But it's kind of just on your own. I know some states, some countries will not let you leave. Like you get off that plane, you check in, you have to go to a hotel, and you are monitored for 2 weeks. You know what I mean?
That's
Yeah.
like here. That's what they're doing here.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
2-week quarantine for
So are they
traveling.
monitored? Are they like somebody's like?
Yeah.
Oh,
I know that
I
people
didn't
have
know
gotten
that.
fined or arrested, whatever the
Oh
penalty
yeah, I know
is.
that. Yes.
I know that people have gotten
Yeah.
caught.
Yeah,
So.
there was a couple that was staying
Yeah.
at Lalo that
Yeah,
kept
at
getting
Lalo.
kept getting
Yeah.
fined, and they tried to go to a
Yeah.
different hotel, got fined
Yeah.
again.
Stupid. Just don't,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
stupid,
Don't go
yeah.
to vacation. If you're going to go somewhere, go for a purpose, like
Yes.
to see family or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
On vacation. It's not vacation time right now.
No.
Yeah.
Because if that was the case, we would be at Shania.
Thank
We would have
you.
been there, done that. All the
That's another thing people
tea
didn't
at the
know. People
Windsor,
didn't know
what was
that.
it? Oh,
So when was this now? This was March? No, April, February. No, it was supposed to be March.
it was March.
Yeah.
March.
Yeah,
Supposed to be March.
mid-March. We were supposed to go see Shania Twain
In Vegas.
in Vegas. There was 8 of us going. It was gonna be a moment. Dre and I were gonna do tea.
Yep.
Yes, we were.
And me too.
Dre,
I
you
was
and-
finally
yeah.
going, so I was
Oh.
gonna go. I was so excited about
Yeah.
that.
And where was it at? What's the name of it?
Windsor.
Oh, I forgot the name of the tea spot,
Doesn't
but it was
matter.
really pretty.
Oh,
It was on a strip too.
Oh.
Yeah. So we were gonna go. We were gonna go and have tea and have a moment, but then yeah, all this stuff started happening,
Yeah,
and
it got
then
real.
my mom started getting more and more crazy, like trying to be nice, telling me what was happening, and I was like, I'm still going, and she just was like, and then she started getting more like serious about it, and I told my mom I mean, so I wasn't listening in the beginning of it all. I mean, that's the real truth of it. I was like, I'm gonna have fun.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah, same.
Because you don't know what a pandemic
Yes.
is. You don't know what's
Yeah.
going on with
I've
that.
never lived through one.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
now I have. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
we're just,
that happens like once every century.
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
thanks. So we don't know, and so we're just like, I mean, nah, I can't be that serious. And then like but one of the things about it that the features is like people at risk are like older people too. And my mom's older. She looks hecka young, but she's pretty out there enough to feel like where she could be at risk. So I told my mom, next time, Mom, just tell me that I'd put you at risk. Why are you telling me about everyone else that I don't care about?
Yeah.
Now I care. I think as soon as we canceled the trip, we were like, wow.
Everyone felt.
I felt a little more relieved, and then
Then everything got canceled
Yeah.
anyways.
and
so.
then now I'm like kind of like, ugh, I don't know if I want to go on those planes. But
Yeah.
but like exactly what you did, just have a purpose, do your thing, and then like put your mask on. I actually had to go on a work trip like the week before we were supposed to do it. So COVID was just doing it. Seattle just was like one of the places that
Yeah.
started spreading it, and I was going from Alaska to Seattle back home. So my mom and everybody was back home was like, and I was like, don't worry, I'm not touching no one. I'm washing my hands every second.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, I literally was
Honestly,
sitting in the chair like
and that's
this.
so effective,
Yeah.
though. That is so effective with washing your hands.
Yes.
Yeah.
A mask and hand washing is like,
And not touching your face
Oh.
after
Yeah.
you touch
yo,
anything.
it's like it does so much.
Yeah.
It's so simple, but it does a lot.
Yeah.
Not saying that I'm like 100% every 2 minutes washing my hands, but
Yeah.
I'm more conscious of it.
Yeah, we all
you're
are.
definitely
Yes.
aware.
Yes.
Well, let's hit this next tea then.
Okay. So this next tea is called Lapsang Soshong from China.
So unsure.
Wow.
From China.
Right,
Lapchang.
What?
Thank you.
Yeah, lapchang.
Ooh,
Thank
love
you.
chong. I love it.
Also that.
Yeah.
But what's cool about this one is it's smoky because it's withered over pine or cypress
Yo,
wood. And then the second phase is it's hung over smoking pine fire, so it gets that smoke.
The
So it
scent.
Yo,
has a very
it's smoked.
intense
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
scent,
It is
but
smoked.
It
the
smells
flavor
like
is
it.
pleasantly mild, according to
It's
the whistling
bonfire.
kettle.
It is
smells like a
bonfire.
bonfire.
It is
Legit.
bonfire like you charred your hair.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you accidentally leaned over to give someone something and then your hair fell
Yeah.
off. That's what
How
it smells
deep?
like.
This is what, yeah.
like
This is
hot.
like staying your clothes bonfire.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Oh,
I'm not a fan.
That's crazy how
I'm not a
it's
fan.
not as strong as I thought
It's
it
hella
would be.
smoky.
But it is very
hella
smoky.
Smoky.
But it's
You know
not
what
as
this-
smoky as I thought it was
I
going
want to
to
know
be.
what Dre thinks.
Dre, I don't know what
Yeah.
Dre
The
Dre
eyes were
doesn't know what he
shifting. The eyes were
thinks.
shifting.
unsure.
Thinks-
I don't
Yikes.
I don't hate it.
Yeah.
You just I feel like you don't hate it, but you don't want this taste in your tea.
Look, it's all in my mouth. I took one tiny
'Cause
sip. I can't stop
I-
tasting it right
I
now.
love
It's a
Smoky
small
things.
bag, and I'm okay with the small bag.
Yeah, I'm glad that was in a small bag.
It
Because
tastes like it tastes like taco, like when you smoke taco.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, tell the people
it
what-
char,
totally-
the-
yeah,
the
it
char
smells
of
like
octopus?
yes.
Yeah, octopus. Yes.
Okay.
octopus
Oh,
for
man, I love me
non-local
some
people.
taco.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
come
I was like
on.
taco, like tacos.
We
I love
always
tacos.
tried
It
to
doesn't
say
taste
both.
anything like tacos.
That
But yeah,
is what exactly.
it does smell like
Even
smoked
the smells
octopus.
like it. Yeah.
It's kind of weird in a
Whoa.
liquid. It's like liquid smoke.
liquid smoke. It is.
Liquids.
Legit.
It's like
for real.
Kahlua pig.
It's a liquid
If
smoke
Kahlua
No,
pig
tea,
was a
baby.
tea.
Yeah.
A liquid smoke tea with
Do you miss home
It's like,
now?
Kahlua pig and taco.
It's like when you go to a bonfire and
Yeah.
it's the smell of that stain on your clothes.
Yeah.
And on
That's
your
what it
fingers.
Permeated.
Yeah.
Permeated.
Or your
And your fingers
hands.
in the
Yeah.
air.
It's like New Year's Eve.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I hate that. All right, so that's gross.
Me too. When we're all
Definitely
young and
not
we're all
my
playing with the
favorite.
fireworks, and then we're done with it, and then it's all over your hands. So when I go to
Yeah.
Japan and I smoke my 1 pack of cigarettes, and I'm over the pack of cigarettes in like 3 days because I'm so tired of my hands and everything smelling like smoke. I just get grossed out of myself. Ugh.
You want to
That aftertaste is not.
I'm not here for
No,
it.
not the aftertaste. No.
Okay, that's gonna be a no for me.
I figured that's why
Yeah.
I put her third. Okay.
That was a good little way to like throw us off, Quinn.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Sometimes.
She really thought about the order.
Okay.
She really did her
No, I
research.
really
y'all.
tried.
Like, she
That's why you
really
guys
Yeah.
keep me around
done
for
You
these
hyped it.
things.
You hyped it. Those two in the front were a great two first picks. This one just kind of like threw us for a loop.
Okay.
But it's also
Let
black
me bring you
tea,
guys
and
back.
black tea is a hit or miss for me, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Oh, that's right. You're not a black tea fanatic.
It depends. It depends. But I am into like Asian teas and floral teas, fruit tisanes.
Okay. So this next one we have
Looks like
is called Mokalabari East Assam. It's called
Smells
Assam
pretty.
tea because it's from Assam, India.
Try it.
Smell it.
Oh, smell. Sorry.
It smells
It's
good.
a black tea, 4 minutes steep time. So it's produced from the second flesh leaves. Balances barley notes with waves of honey and fruity ale. And you can add milk if you want to. It smells like you can add
It
milk
smells
to
like
it.
you can add milk to
And
it.
that's
you
how
can
you
do
should
that. That's
drink
how you
it.
stir
So
it.
excited.
With your tongue only.
Oh honey. Oh honey.
Oh, honey.
Oh yeah.
Cheers. Are you ready?
Ready.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, I killed
Here's-
this order. Here's the thing. I killed this
You-
order.
Yeah, you
Did
get
it,
you get
girl.
some points for that. You
Okay.
certainly
She gets all the
do.
points for
Thank
that.
you.
Like you're
Certainly
It's
genius.
hard to get Gen points in life. As I sip this tea.
Okay, here's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about how it's just literally black tea with nothing in it. This great tea tastes like there's so much things in it. It feels like it's infused with things, but it's not.
It's just from there, and that's it.
It's just from
Assam,
Assam.
India.
Oh my gosh.
That's
I'm
wild.
telling you guys.
You know what this reminds me of? Oh, Dre was like, get in it.
I like it.
It's good. Yeah.
You know, this reminds me
Good.
of that Scottish breakfast kind of.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
I
Get us
drank
some
all of it,
good
so
I
I
know.
needed a new
Scottish
great
breakfast is gone.
breakfast tea.
Yeah, that was yum. It tastes like tea when you make tea with like honey and you know when you make tea and put all the things in it. It's already
Yes.
done.
When you
Yeah,
dress
but it's
it
already
up.
done.
Yep.
It's
Give-
great
With crumpets.
with crumpets.
So
Crumpets.
good.
Also, shout out to Seattle, the crumpet shop.
Crumpet shop, darling. For the crumpets of the world. Well, I don't know, ladies, if you want to keep pouring and drinking tea. Dre,
Yeah.
so let's talk about Black Lives Matter because you've been all about it. I do appreciate you just kind of like just checking in with your friends because obviously this social issue it's always been there.
Yes.
But now with COVID-19 because everything was shut down, it was such a great opportunity to bring it up again and to really focus in on it. And I feel like that's really been like a huge mission for you is just to really continue to push and educate people and like have uncomfortable conversations because you and I have had uncomfortable conversations, meaning like talking about color and talking about thoughts about like certain things that for specific Black people even. But we've had conversations where I can have a real straightforward conversation telling you how I feel about it, and then like just like letting you know what's going through my mind, and like no judgment from you because I feel like your mission's just to have the conversations. That's all. Right?
Yeah, well, I feel like that's the first step. You know what I mean with anything, and people shouldn't come at a place of judgment or attacking, because most people just not just be ignorant in a negative way, are just ignorant to the cause in a sense in the true form of that word. They just don't know.
Yeah.
So people are just and there's nothing wrong with questions because they want an answer to a question. So my thing is when people do come to you or come talking about why is it not all lives matter, or why is it this, or why is it such a big deal? Or, my thing is it's not. You shouldn't whoever asks that, you shouldn't come to them sideways. You shouldn't, you should actually answer the question and educate them intelligently. Because it's just a simple acknowledgement. I think that's what I would say. The first step to this is acknowledgement and accountability. Yeah. Acknowledge the fact, acknowledge the thing that's happening, the wrong that's happening. Take accountability for what you may have added to that, to systematic racism, to, whatever racism. You may have done it unintentionally or not. You know what I mean? All of us have some type of prejudice in us. So for somebody to be like, oh, I'm not racist. Yeah, but you have some prejudice that's just instilled with you, whether it be through media, whether it be through your parents telling you some things, whether it be your own personal experience with somebody of color or non-color that you see, and that was your first experience with them. So now it's instilled in you that those people are like that. Everybody has that, and it's fine. But let's acknowledge it, and let's try to make it better. You know what I mean? Yes. And the biggest thing is the accountability. And people don't want to admit that they are part of the wrong. Yeah.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Can you elaborate on that? Like, because I feel like it's getting very diluted, and people are it really is missing the point. And like, can you just explain like what you mean by that? Like acknowledging what? What are we acknowledging? What is the whole thing that's
acknowledge that the system is messed up. Acknowledge that people of color are being treated unfairly, are being killed just for the sole purpose and sole reason of their skin tone, of their melanin, and that's just how it is. You know what I mean? It's been like that for years on years on years on years, and people, I had a conversation with my grandfather, and he's like, oh, I don't see color. I'm not racist. I said, that's cute and all. But my thing is, if you go to like a dodgy neighborhood, you go to Compton or something, and it's predominantly black folk, you're going to lock your doors when you're driving through. You're not going to get out and, hey, how you doing? And make a judgment off of after meeting them. Yeah. There's a prejudice that is instilled in everybody. Right. Acknowledge that. Acknowledge that mindset is there in everybody. Right. So with that being said, the main cause of this is there should be accountability, and there should be consequences. Consequences, yeah. When it's wrongfully done. Yes. In a way, especially for a cop. Murder is murder. Yes. It doesn't matter if you have a badge or not. So again, having that mentality of everybody has that prejudice in them. If somebody has a gun and you shoot off of false pretenses or off of just, prejudiced thoughts, preconceived notions, and you kill somebody, there should be a consequence. Yes, it is a murder. Yeah. That's, at the very least, the first thing more than anything, all the other things, it's really cool that everybody is acknowledging it, all the brands, all the everything. But my thing is, the one thing that needs to happen is in our law, in our law enforcement. There's no consequence for a cop. And there are laws that kind of keep them from having consequences, which shouldn't be. Right. And that's kind of like the main thing. And not saying all cops are bad. All cops are, there are great cops. Yeah. There's many great cops. Yeah. But even the great cops should acknowledge that, hey, if we're doing wrong, we should be, we should be, there should be a consequence, whether we lose our job, whether we get suspended, whether, depending on what it is. If you kill somebody after false pretenses and you didn't know, it's murder. Mm-hmm. At the very least, you don't get a gun, you get some jail time, something. Yeah. That's murder. Yeah. And it don't matter, especially the amount of time that it takes to be a cop. It doesn't. It's not as much time to actually be a cop. It's more time to be a barber than a cop. It's twice as much hours to be a barber to be a cop. So to hand somebody a firearm and put someone's life and tell them that they are the law now makes no sense. Yeah. It makes no sense. Again, it should be consequences for it, because then you put somebody in that authority, they abuse it because they can. Yes. Yeah. Legally, they can.
They just disregard.
Yeah. I even like even when it goes a little bit even outside of the cops, and as far as like violence goes and stuff, like, because here's the thing, I'm not about like gun control and stuff. Like, I think people should be okay with owning their firearms to protect themselves, but there is abuse. And so now I'm seeing these videos now of people just pulling out firearms, trying to like point it at people. And it is a black and white situation happening, where like there's like white people walking around with these guns pointed at people, and then like fortunately everyone's way more aware about making these things go viral, but like that's a whole different type of violence too. It is just a matter of people now trying to put matters into their own hands, like as far, and that's kind of scary.
Yeah.
But then again, I feel like that's already been happening. It's just only now that everyone's more aware of it, right?
Yeah, and I feel like it's all God's timing, because we're in the middle of a pandemic. So there's no distractions. Everybody is forced to be still and forced to see it. There's no concert going on. There's no, you know what I mean? There's not work that's keeping you busy. You are sitting and watching murders, basically, and they're filmed murders.
Yes.
So the fact that, hold on, I live in a very loud neighborhood.
No worries. We can't hear what's happening
Is
though.
that your neighbors?
Okay. No, it's the cars driving
Oh,
by.
gotcha.
Oh yeah, I can't hear.
But the again, the fact, even like just civilians walking around with guns and stuff.
Yeah.
There's no consequence for it.
No consequence. And it's
There's
weird
no
that they're pulling
consequence.
it out. Yeah. It's just just really intense. Like, so I think you had mentioned that it's not as, because you have a lighter skin, you don't experience as much of the prejudice as, like you mentioned, like your mom did. That's kind of how the conversation even got brought up. I
live with privilege, and I acknowledge that. I completely live with privilege. You put a hat on me and call me Tyler, I'm a white boy. Period.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it doesn't affect me personally as far as me, but it affects my family.
Yeah.
It affects the people I love.
Yeah.
So that hurts me. And then even on another level, on the same level as that, it is killing humans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As a human being, that is unfair. That is wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't understand why people could sit and analyze, even George Floyd's, you know, if you go back to that, like, oh well, he must have, you know, they said he had drugs. Okay, so what you cure that with is rehab.
Yes.
You don't kill somebody for having
100%.
drugs on you.
Yes.
I think that's the
Even if that was the
is,
case.
Yeah.
You know, even that was the case. Oh, what he did. My thing is, cops are not trained to kill.
Yeah.
You are trained to arrest and keep law and order.
Yes.
Yeah. And on the real, like, you and I actually have had a conversation about George Floyd, because it came up because I said the honest truth that I thought about with George Floyd is, well, he shouldn't have been doing, like, dumb stuff. Like, he was doing dumb stuff, so then if he didn't do dumb stuff, then he wouldn't have been put in the situation that led to the part. That's the initial thought I had. And I know I'm not the only one. I feel like people see that, and then they're like, oh, well, the guy shouldn't have been doing dumb stuff to even be put in a situation like that. But, like, again, it goes back to what you said, is that, I mean, if it happened to a white person, he probably wouldn't have got the knee on his neck for the entire time until he died. I think it's just that. It's they shouldn't not get like a consequence for doing something that's not the right thing. It's just he shouldn't have died.
Yeah, he shouldn't have died. It's not a death sentence.
That was
No matter what. He wasn't armed. They were sitting right next to the cop car. That door is open. They could have put some handcuffs on him and slammed him in the car.
Yeah.
Death should never even have been a thing. And my thing is, you bring that up, like, it's a good point of, well, he shouldn't have been doing dumb stuff. Most people, at least me, I like to know both what's happened.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? For most people, even with that mindset, they see a black guy and be like, oh, he should have been done dumb stuff. See a white guy, what did he do? It would be, the terminology would be different.
Yeah.
You would ask, well, what did he do that happened? Rather than, oh, he messed up. You already have that mentality of, oh, this black man, he messed up already. You know, he did something stupid. He must have had drugs. He was, had an armed robbery, something, because he's black. You know what I mean? So it's just it's a subtle terminology of, oh, you doing dumb shit.
Yeah. And to be honest,
seeing a white way, and it'd be like, oh, what did he do?
Yeah.
What happened that made you know what I mean?
Yeah.
well, to bring that up, I feel like maybe I would probably also wonder what the white guy that was doing that was so dumb, but it just makes me think about it. I think that's the fact of the matter is because now I will know. I just know that my initial reaction with everything is okay. Well, what's the guy doing? I don't know if my reaction would be the same because sometimes if I see anybody that's getting like into something with the police, I'm like, they must have did some dumb thing. Like that was my initial reaction. Then again, I don't know if it was just a prejudice, just like quick acting. I don't know.
Which is fine.
Yeah, and it's just being aware.
That acknowledgement.
It's
the
acknowledgement,
yeah.
and it's just being
So
aware.
now it makes you think, and now it makes you look at situations differently.
Yeah.
And I think that's the main thing. That's why like I called up all my friends. I called everybody. Hey, if y'all weren't on board with it, let's have a talk about it. At the very simple stage of it, of let's acknowledge it. Or what about this is so uncomfortable that you can't speak on it, or you know what I mean, or what makes you. You don't have to speak on it, but speak to me.
Yeah.
Speak to your black friend. Speak for, to me, your half friend, half black friend with Mama Dawn. All y'all know Mama.
Doing Mama Dawn.
I love me some Dawn.
So like at least take the time to have that conversation for her, for me.
Yeah.
Be uncomfortable for our community. Because my thing is, you can't change the world, with you being a part of the movement, but you could change your world and your community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the main thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can't look at it as me making a post and me telling somebody is gonna make the whole system switch. No, but it will make your community and it'll make one person in this world think a little bit better.
Yes.
Think a little bit more.
Exactly.
Yes.
And you know what? It did. I do thank you for that, because you bringing that up and you allowing me to have the opportunity to ask you or like to talk about something without me having to think about how I'm saying it. Like, just let me be unfiltered and let me talk about stuff. It just, I feel like just that eye-opening moment for me was like, wow, okay, cool. Like, at least now I won't necessarily, I'll do a better job of making sure I don't necessarily walk past if I ever saw somebody in trouble, be like, that I should at least do something about it, or I should tell somebody, or I should try and get help for that person. Because the thing is like, don't be dumb, people. Like, if you're a woman by yourself, don't like get out and try and help people in the middle of the night by yourself, and like be aware, but call and get help, and like
Don't just disregard.
don't pretend it didn't
Don't act
happen.
like you didn't see.
Yeah, I feel like don't go to the extreme. You still have to worry about safety, but you can still like tell people, and you can just don't not pretend something's not happening.
Look out for one another, period. No
Yeah,
matter
yes.
what.
Yeah, yeah.
Every color, everybody. Like,
Yes.
come on. The fact, if anyone is not even on this movement, if the people, I can't even fathom that it is an argument. Like, there's people who disagree with this movement. Like, it's wild to me. Like, it's just crazy.
Yeah. But my thing is, with those people, you try to take, at least one or two times of, hey, let's have a conversation. I've reached out to a few of my friends, and then other people that I know that aren't about it, or that are very on the All Lives Matter, on the, and it's not like, hey, you're stupid, blah, blah, blah. I think let's educate ourselves and speak facts to them.
Yes.
And reach out, hey, let's talk about it. What about this that you don't like? Or what about this is uncomfortable? Or what do you disagree with?
Yeah.
Hear their side too. It's a conversation.
Yeah.
And if people are willing to have that conversation, it's good. Now, you have it like with 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Nah, you can't change stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some people are just stuck.
Stupid is as stupid does.
Yeah, and I'm usually all about like, you have your own opinions, but somebody's life is not an opinionated type of thing.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean? It's not an opinionated type of thing. But with that being said, have the conversation.
Yeah.
That is like a huge thing. Have an educated conversation.
Yes.
Make sure you look things up first.
But you know what? Thank you for being somebody that's willing to put yourself out there, to have an open conversation, and to have the talks. It's important.
Yeah.
And you're an important person to me, and I know to these girls, and I
thanks-
love that you're doing that.
Thanks for posting things, because even if I don't tell you directly, it's something to look up and it's something to educate myself on.
Yes.
Because I like to learn about like what happened in the past to make things the way they are, whether it's with Black Lives Matter or anything. I want to know what the root cause is, because then I tend to understand both sides and where everybody's coming from, and then why I should support something as somebody that's not Black. But and so thank you for educating us, even if it's with a quick post or something that we can look up and work on
appreciate it.
ourselves. Like we
Yeah.
definitely love you for
and
that.
just to check in. But
Yeah,
you've
and just to
always
check
been,
in.
you're just actually always
Yeah.
been great
really
as
are.
a friend that checks in and just says, hi, I love you.
Yeah.
Like you're just always that person. So like,
Well,
you know.
I'm not a friendly person, as a lot of people know. You guys are my friends, so we're cool. So when I have my people, I have my people. I don't really have friends here in New York because I have my people in Hawaii. Period.
Yeah.
You know what I
We
mean?
love you.
It takes a long time for me to really sit with somebody. I don't know about you guys, but for most people that not with you guys, but for most people that first meet me, I always get like, oh, you were really stink when we first met. Very standoffish. I'm like, these are my friends, and I'm fine with just these friends. I don't need more. I'm very that.
You know what? I never got that from you though. I definitely I can tell you're quiet and you're particular and that you put your walls down when you were ready to put your walls down for all of us. But you were always, to me, you're always approachable but also you were DeAndre Barkensick,
Yeah,
like
I was like,
most
oh my
badass
God.
singer.
Yeah, when I
I
first
know,
met you, I was
so
like,
that's a situation.
Girl, he's also very shy, I think.
Yeah, you're
actually,
pretty.
Too. When I
don't know
first
if
met you,
is
you
it shy or what are you? Are you shy or
Or
are
maybe
you
just if
quiet?
you don't know someone, you're like, I don't know how I feel yet.
Yeah, I'm quiet unless we get to know each other, or if I'm drunk. If I'm
That's
love
the answer
when,
there.
I love when
Yeah.
DeAndre's drunk. It's my favorite.
It's
Oh
cute.
yeah. Mai Tais,
I
Worlds, but Mai Tais. That time in Mai Tais
Yes.
when Tortilla first opened up. Oh my God.
I think you made out with
I was torn
everyone.
up.
Yay!
I think you made out with everyone, right? Whoever was there. I
I
missed out.
did.
I missed out. I
What
left.
for?
I left early. I didn't get
What
any of
in
that.
for?
I wasn't there. Dang it.
So bad.
Anyways, I
So
love
bad.
it. I know. I love it. I think you got to wrap it up. I feel like
We
it's
love
time for you to
Dre.
bail.
We love you.
I feel like we have like maybe. So I know you have little sound bites, so you might have to slap one in here. But
Mini moment.
Mini moment.
Mini moment.
I know this is your guys' show, but we're gonna do a little game, a little this or that.
Oh,
Yay.
no,
Anyway,
we have
coffee
to
or
do this
tea?
game.
Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Coffee.
It's been tea for me lately.
Yeah.
Y'all don't even know that big box I got in my room. All these things.
It would have been coffee
Sorry,
a
I just-
couple months ago, but definitely
I love
tea.
coffee, but tea is listen. This tea is where you spill it and you drink it
Yes.
and you have all the conversations.
Yeah. Yes. All right. Aliens or ghosts?
Aliens.
Ooh.
Heck no to the ghosts.
Yeah. Nope. No.
No ghosts for
no.
me. I don't
feel
want
like-
it.
I feel like ghosts because I believe in good spirits, and I don't know. I'm someone who's
Yeah.
good like that. Like I believe in like
But I-
acknowledging my spirits in the
I
house.
thought ghosts
if
and
there
spirits
I'm
are
okay with
different
them.
though.
Okay, ghosts like mean
Oh, I
ghosts
see.
or what? Like let's be
difference?
specific. Here's the thing. Aliens to me are like zombies, and like I
Oh.
feel like you don't necessarily see them all the time. That's all. I just don't want to see like a ghost movie. That's the first thing I really
Leave it to us to overanalyze
I know, we're so-
everything. Yeah. Kind of
When you say ghost, I think
And
of
ghosts.
poltergeist,
We're
and I think we're done here.
overanalyzing it. What about Casper?
Okay. Here we go.
Anyway,
Mary J. or Faith Evans?
Mary J.
J.
Mary J.
I can acknowledge
Why
that
is it
Faith
a rating?
Evans
I'm more
is
familiar
no,
with
Faith
Mary
Evans
J's music.
does her thing.
But
Yeah.
she can sing like nobody's
Yeah,
business.
I'm
I love
not
me
gonna-
some Faith Evans.
I
Yeah.
love me some Faith Evans, but Mary J.
Yeah.
I like Mary J. Blige. The Tour is one of my favorite albums of all time.
Yeah.
So
Mary J. got the jams. Faith has the vocals.
Yes.
yeah,
we'll take. Yeah,
let's
I'll
be
take
real
that.
about that. Let's be
Vocally,
real.
Faith Evans. I'm like, whoa.
here's the thing.
Dang,
If we're gonna be
girl.
really specific, I felt like if Faith Evans had better songwriters and producers, she probably could have had way more hits. That's just
Yeah.
me personally. I don't know.
All right. Brandy or Monica?
Monica,
Brandy.
Monica. I'm a
Monica for me.
Monica. That's hard because I love them both.
But
Brandy-
Brandy can freaking
Yeah.
run like no one's goddamn business.
Oh,
Here's the
It's,
thing.
it's the same thing. Monica got more jams.
Yeah.
Brandy be singing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Brandy
why I
be
picked Brandy.
singing. I hope in the streets. She does a lot of stuff with Jennifer Lewis and Jennifer Lewis. She does a lot of stuff with her all the time, but yeah, Brandy's vocal, even from when she started,
Yeah, till now.
to
Holy
now,
moly.
oh, so clean
feel like
those
even
runs.
better now.
I
Wow.
can
Yeah.
definitely
She
give her
is-
props.
Yeah.
Like a fine wine. And she looks
Like
incredible.
fine wine. But yeah,
Incredible.
when the
She's
Boys
flawless.
Mind
She's
came out,
flawless.
it was Monica for me. Thank you.
Yeah.
Mona.
I always wanted to be Monica.
Still pick Brandy.
I was like both of them at the end.
Brandy, please?
Dump the boy at the end. Nobody cares about him anymore. Okay.
Just
Okay.
throw.
Good.
All right. Cranberries or heart?
Cranberries or heart? Heart with the vocals.
Heart with the vocals.
But here's the thing. I grew into heart. I actually grew up with the cranberries. And like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, that
I'm more familiar with the cranberries. Heart,
Dolores
give me,
is a moment.
I
Dolores is a
know
moment.
heart. Give me a heart song.
Get out of here.
I sing it
How do
and
I
I
get
know
you
I'll know
alone?
it. Okay, got it. Yes. You alone. Okay,
You can't.
thank you.
That was a hard one. White skin
Okay, wait. Okay, I got
in the linen.
Okay, wait. I got a couple more.
Oh my God.
En Vogue or SWV?
Oh, why you do that to me? SWV.
Double U
Yeah.
double V.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Okay,
oh.
okay. Here's the thing.
En
In
Vogue.
Vogue for a classic, like, okay, "Don't Let Go, Love" is
That's the.
one of my favorite songs of all
Yeah.
time. This is like legit.
Me and Jen have a gig tomorrow and we're singing it tomorrow.
Yeah. But here's
Oh,
the
okay.
thing. Don't Let Go, Love gives me all the feels. Actually, almost all the En Vogue songs give me the feels. I'm not gonna lie. But growing up though, in the '90s, Coco's vocals.
No, Coco was SWV.
SWV. Let's be real.
Period.
Yeah, and I actually like the second album more than the first album, believe it or not.
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
and those were like,
I'm
yeah,
a En Vogue fan.
no, that was
Mine is
hard.
You're never gonna get it.
Yes.
You're never gonna get it. That was mine.
No,
The music video
To make a change.
yeah.
and the breakdown though. Never gonna get it. Never gonna get it.
Yes.
Never gonna get it. Like
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No.
Oh my gosh. I
Now
need
you
to
got
hear
me
you do-
second
I know. I
guessing
need
myself.
to hear you guys do like a whole.
Well,
like,
here's the thing. Exactly what Dre said. SWV, Coco was basically the whole group. But then Vogue, they all sang.
Yeah.
They all sang.
It was
I'm
En
mad at
Vogue.
myself right now. I'm mad at myself.
Blackstreet or Jagged Edge.
Blackstreet. Are you kidding me? We're not even having this conversation.
ooh, that's
Blackstreet
hard.
for me.
I love Jagged Edge too, though.
I'm on the Blackstreet.
Yeah, Jagged
I
Edge.
gotta go I gotta
Was
go
there Let's Get
Blackstreet.
Married the remix for me? Bye. I don't need it. You don't need to get married if you
I'm
don't want
not
to.
gonna answer because I was gonna say Jagged Edge.
Go and say it.
Jagged Edge.
Say it.
But
Yeah,
only
yeah.
'cause I don't know.
No,
that's-
Blackstreet
those are-
was a moment.
That was my high school, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
Listen,
nostalgia.
the
Yeah, the
Blackstreet
moment that
Another
makes you
Level
remember
album
memories.
was another level. Just saying.
Jagged Edge or 112.
112.
112. I love 112 so much. I love 112.
Can't. We can't. But talking to me about all my 90s, 2000s. Ow!
When Dre was born.
Well, here's the thing. I don't even know their names. 112 is the only thing we don't know their names. Because unless you're Drew Hill and your name is Cisco,
Yeah.
I don't know any of their
It's the only
names.
one I know
But
too
like
from this.
112, that one guy. Oh,
Yeah.
that guy. That guy was 112 for me.
Yeah. Yes. That voice.
With the whiny voice.
Yes. Oh, I know exactly. I love it. 112.
Peaches and
Peaches and cream.
Anyway, yeah.
I remember listening to that. And my mom was like, "What is that?"
I can't believe my mom let me listen
Bought
to
the
anything I
single,
listen
yeah.
to, first of all, okay?
Okay. Oh, that was fun.
That was fun.
My head hurts.
That was
Me
a
too,
moment.
but now
yeah.
I'm like making a playlist.
I got
in
one
my
for
head.
you. I got one for you, Dre.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh, we lost him.
No.
That was fun, though. But also, too, I think he needs to do his meeting.
I know he's
think
so
he has a meeting.
late.
But that was a great way to end the meeting. I mean,
Yeah,
like, cause
that was fun.
I love that
that
he had
gave us on
something
our
for
toes.
us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that second
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
That guy.
So I was gonna ask Dre this question, but I'll ask you, ladies.
Okay.
Since because I like that. Mariah Carey or Whitney Houston?
Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston.
Oh, man.
Because if you listen to my segment with Evan on his podcast, Whitney Houston was who I used to sing in front of the fan, pretending that I was singing to an arena.
Oh, I love that. In
I
front
love
of the
Mariah
fan.
Carey though. I love Mariah Carey, but Whitney was like
That's
Yeah.
like you're
that's why
nostalgic.
with
Yeah,
this
it's
or
very
that.
nostalgic.
It was whatever like came
Yes.
into my head first.
Yes.
like
Yeah.
Brandy, even Brandy too. Brandy was the first artist that
Yeah.
I picked to sing myself.
So what did you pick?
I just totally went blank. What's happening right
Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey.
That's right. Okay. For me, I have to say Mariah Carey because, one of the first cassettes I ever had was her Daydream album. Yeah, I definitely grew up listening to Mariah Carey. She shaped a lot of how I sing. But it was hard because I love Whitney. Oh, she's Whitney. I can't sing anything like Whitney. She's amazing.
And what about you?
Yes.
It's gonna be Mariah for me.
Mariah.
Those are two hands down like my favorite artists growing up as far as like R&B and like wanting to do things with R&B stuff. Like I just like any powerhouse vocals. I think I just really wish because at the time when those songs were coming out, I couldn't do any of that. Like I still can't do any of that. But like there was the range, but the range was nearly not even like my range was like
Yes.
my range is maybe like a quarter of what it is now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just goals in life. But Mariah Carey, I just love that she wrote her own songs.
Yeah.
And wrote crazy big words.
Really good vocabulary.
Just great vocabulary, great tunes. I mean, and she kept banging them out. And she's still
Seriously,
and she'll
she
take a
can
break.
write.
She'll just take a break and then she'll just bang out a number one.
Right back in there.
You want to bring us Emancipation of Mimi and then just
Don't forget
boom,
about
and then
me.
another
Like
number
what?
one.
Yeah. I'm still here, y'all.
Yeah,
It's
so
like that, y'all. It's like that, y'all. It's like that, like that, y'all.
So I mean, so as far as that, like I definitely appreciate what that. I mean, and she's still around. She's still doing her thing,
She's
man.
still the queen,
Yeah.
bruh.
No offense, but
What?
we'll
What?
probably cut that part out. I don't even want to.
Definitely cut that part out.
That was it just got dark really fast.
I know.
I was like-
What are you?
Because Whitney can't have anymore.
okay, so Dre got cut off because his phone overheated. But it's perfect timing because he actually has another meeting to attend to anyway, so it works out. I'm so glad that we were able to share this moment for the show. For the show.
As our quartet.
Yeah.
Our tea quartet.
Our monthly tea quartet.
It's
Yes.
so guys, we basically there's so many tea boxes that you can get online from different companies. Dre and I just researched and really liked the Whistling Kettles one. So it took, I think I looked up like best of 2020 or best of 2019 tea monthly tea clubs, and then I sent him a link, and then he narrowed it down to 3. And then he told me to
Teamwork.
pick, and so I ended up picking the
Dreamwork.
Whistling
They're great.
Kettle, and then they
guys
just
did a good
started
job.
that Connoisseur Plus tea. This is only the second month we've been doing it because they just started in May. They just the whistling-kettle.com started the tea connoisseur box,
So exciting.
on the Connoisseur Plus box in May, and this is the second month, which is June, and our July box is about to come in like a week or two. So anyway, are you guys enjoying the monthly tea parties? You guys love it?
I love it. I love
We
it.
get to hang out with our friends.
Yes, we
and
have
then
great
like, the
company.
best.
Spill tea
Yeah.
and drink tea.
Yeah, they switch it up.
Yeah.
And it depends on the different boxes because I think there's like four boxes that you can choose on for the monthly club. You can even change it up if you want.
Yeah.
This is the most expensive Connoisseur Plus because of course it would be.
Bougie.
Bougie.
Bad
I
and
I want
bougie.
the best one.
Team.
Don't forget
Yeah.
it.
Yes.
But the reason why we picked Connoisseur Plus is because as we started off doing the Adventures Plus box or the Adventure box, and we realized a lot of the stuff that kept coming in was like black tea, like flavored black tea, and like some of it wasn't our cup of tea.
Pa-da-pam.
Bing. And so and I just found like we were probably a little more purists. I think we enjoy it. We tended to like the more pure versions.
high end, high grade.
Yeah,
teas.
so that's what the Connoisseur Plus was. It was just like pretty as authentic as you can get to the tea without too much things infused or
Yes.
mixed in.
And it's not
So-
crazy
not crazy.
expensive.
No,
It's $28 a month for
and
the
look at
Connoisseur
all this
Plus.
tea that you get.
Yes.
So much tea.
Yeah, so you
have a
get
lot of tea.
these for all 4 of these were in the box, and they tend to put like either like 2 big ones and like 2 or 3 small ones, or this one came with the 3 large bags
Yeah.
and small bag.
And it comes with a description of the tea. One has notes in it. It comes with a description of each of the teas, so you get to learn more about them. And then there's more info on their website too. But steep time, water temperature, everything is on there, and we do that to the tea to make. Oh, get it?
Oh,
Yes.
zing, zing.
We do that to the tea. Just to make sure we get it right, and then we have great customer service, or they have great customer service.
They have really great customer service.
Excellent.
I've used their chats before.
Yeah.
They email the responses. I've asked them before, like, what do they recommend for iced tea? What do they? I like hibiscus. What do they recommend? And I'm glad I asked, because they actually, right when I asked them that, they were bringing in more hibiscus tea,
Which
y'all
she loves.
don't even know how much
amazing.
hibiscus tea I have right now.
She bought the like huge bag, like literally like
huge
this
bag.
big.
It's so large.
If you're
but-
listening, you can't see me obviously, but it's big. It's a big bag, y'all.
But it
right?
ended Jen's 15-year search for hibiscus tea.
Guys. Yes.
So she will continue
stocked.
to keep.
We will talk
For the
about
next 15 years.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
will talk about hibiscus tea, and I can talk about my search for hibiscus tea. That sounds so dramatic, but it's totally true.
Everybody has their something.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
okay.
tea for me is a moment, and so like I mean, you guys, that the ones that know me, that check in and see that I'm always doing tea stuff. I mean, it's just, you know, I think what it all to me tea represents is taking the time to slow down.
Yeah.
Enjoy your company.
Yeah.
Whether it be your own personal company with your own self, just have a moment to just enjoy and like settle down and relax, because the day goes by super quick, and I always get super wrapped up in that. And then with us, with this tea club situation, it's just like, it's cute to me because like Mel, your mom, Quinn and I work full time. Dre's like in New York.
Yes.
We're all busy doing stuff, and we all have our own lives doing all the things, and we schedule the time to do it, and no matter what's happening, like Mel will have like Roman in the background
son will
just doing
be-
his thing, screaming. It's like Roman, but she still
Yeah.
makes time to like, and then she has someone watch him. for
Parents,
20
it's
minutes.
important to have time. You know,
Yeah.
okay? They drive you
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah, so I feel like, you know, this again, you don't have to do Whistling Kettle, but we recommend
We
it because
love
they've got
Whistling
great
Kettle,
they've got
yeah.
great
Love 'em.
quality.
Love.
They really do take the time out to pick the teas, like to just give you the greatest experience.
Yeah.
And when we go to New York, we're definitely going to Dre didn't know that they're based out of New York, and they have like a ton of
Yeah.
locations.
Like,
There's a cafe.
Yeah, so
They
as
have
soon
brick and
as
mortar, yeah.
so
He was like,
you know,
"What?"
Yeah, he was like, "Are you
So
kidding?"
Good thing he has a new
Yeah.
place that's bigger, so he can spend his extra $750 on all the tea stuff at the cafe. That's the whole purpose.
It's definitely an incentive when we go visit. We can have that moment.
Yes, can't wait.
But yeah, so I mean, listen, just take time out to yourself, and then if you guys want to share a moment with us, let me know, because
what
I
are
think,
your moments?
I think we're trying to plan a tea party. I think we really want to do a tea party, and maybe we'll just like, you know, for the people that actually know us and they're friends with us, or even acquaintances, just let us know if you're interested. And then when things start settling down with COVID, so it might be a minute.
Yeah,
but-
when we can safely have a tea party.
then you know we'll let you know, because it's always great to meet new people, and
Yeah.
and I think like when everyone, like anyone that wants to be bougie and have a little tea party with hats,
Wear a
because
hat.
by the way,
Call us.
you need to have a hat when you're
You
at
gotta
a tea
have a
party.
hat. It's a requirement.
Do you ever notice too, like when you have like a tea party, or you make time to go and meet out someone, it's someone special. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Yes.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I feel like when you drink tea, you kind of go with there like, I want to share this moment with someone cute. So you have your afternoon tea, you get your sandwiches, your little
Yeah.
whatever desserts, your tea that you pick, and then you just have a great conversation playing catch up, or like even if you see them every day, you find new things
Yeah.
to do, and then you do everything different.
Yes.
You do your pinkies
just
are up.
great.
You're like, everything's cute.
You're like, oh my God,
Yeah,
this is so
and you're finding people that have that cute positive vibe that you want to have. Well, some people sure hang out with people that are negative too, like fit their
Negative
negative
people like
vibe, whatever
tea too,
vibe.
I guess.
Yeah, whatever vibe you're trying
There's a
to
tea
do.
for you negative people
Yeah,
too.
so if you're Debbie Downer and you want to
called
meet
Be
up with another
Quiet.
Debbie Downer,
It's called
you're
Be
gonna hang
Quiet
out.
tea.
Angry Agnes.
That's a good app. That's a good
Debbie
app.
Downer and Angry Agnes. No.
Angry tea drinker.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm sure. That's a good app.
Lots of noises
Yeah.
and spicy sandwiches.
A spicy sandwich.
Give me that smoky tea.
Yeah.
They drink the smoky tea.
Yeah. Throw it at people. I dare you. I hate it. No, but I feel like, you know, what you kind of already go with their mindset when you're doing the tea parties, that like you're gonna be your best
Cheerful,
self and
yeah.
live your best life.
Team Gaddy, baby.
Yeah.
Just be cheerful.
Yeah.
And-
But I love
So-
enjoying, like taking the time and enjoying the flavors and the company.
Yeah.
I don't know if people do that when I don't know if y'all I don't know if y'all
moment.
drink tea out there and you do that, but
What does it
I
taste like? I know. I
definitely
love
do
it.
it.
That's why I love it. I love it. I love that.
smell it. taste.
We're part of this
Love
great
it.
tea
Love
quartet.
Yeah.
I learned a lot from them as well.
And listen, we
so.
don't know everything. We're just pretending.
Oh, yeah.
We're just pretending.
Yeah.
And why can't we?
Why?
I don't. Yeah.
I paid $28. I can do what I want.
This is how we learn about things. Is you go and do it and you learn. Like, duh.
Yeah. If I want to say I know everything about East Assam's tea, I will. How dare you?
Throw yours too.
That was so out of character for me.
We just threw all the teas on the ground. I don't know. That was
We gotta
wild.
pick that up. That's expensive.
Yeah, we are gonna pick it up and consume it.
They're
So don't worry.
great.
I'm leaving it there. I don't
Sealed
want
bags.
Garçon.
Anyway, check it out. Support either the whistlingkettle.com, which is my favorite.
love y'all.
you can get, if you get points, and you can turn it in and get discounts off of stuff.
Yeah.
And they have tons of sales, so that would
Tons of
be
sales.
Make sure you get there before Jen and DeAndre get to the sales, because if
dare
not,
you.
they will wipe it out. Okay,
Well,
like
okay,
for real.
so they're not sponsoring us, so I can't talk about more than one tea company. So Whistling Kettle is where I get a bunch of my tea, but T2, that's the letter
yeah.
T, the number 2, TEA.com, T2T.com is where all these beautiful sets
that.
come from. So these are all T for 1 and T for 2 sets.
let me try one.
They actually have cups that fit underneath and they sit cute on top. And these are all items that you could get from T2T.com.
And they come with filters.
They have filters in them. They're cute. It's a moment. Oh, that one didn't have. You took it out.
Yeah, we took out the filters. That's right. For
But,
loose leaf teas,
yeah.
you can filter it. Anyways, okay.
Yeah, and not all of them were on sale. Like some of them were just a cute moment that I needed to have. But most of them
Now
were
she
on
has
sale.
them all.
Treat yourself.
Yeah, but no, I mean some of them are super cheap. So that one at the very end, that cute one. So that one that's a tea for 1 set. That one was like $20, I think.
That's great. And it comes with a cup that fits right underneath.
Yeah,
It sits on
and
top
a
of the
dish.
saucer. It's wonderful.
And honestly, you feel so good using that.
Yeah. You
It's
feel
a moment.
Cute
fancy,
teapot.
baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Darling,
You know
I'm
what
a
else
fancy.
feels good?
I'm a fancy.
Getting a new
Yes.
apartment to fit all your tea in.
Yeah,
Like,
you know what else
Yes,
feels good? It's something that we
great.
don't discuss on the camera. This has been a Soul Tree Music Factory and LiveMusicHawaii.com production.
Produced and engineered by Jen J. Rock Wright.
Theme song and jingles written by J-Rock and performed by J-Rock, Melanie, and Quinn.
Tune artwork of us done by Jen Matsui. And all the other graphics done by, me.
Please follow us on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter at HeyYouHiThere3 or visit us on our website, HeyYouHiThere3.com.
Send us suggestions of things we need to try or let us know how you like the show by emailing us at heyyouhithere3@gmail.com.
So basically, listen, subscribe, and leave us a 5-star review at Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts.